Hello, my fellow nerds, and welcome to the Nerd Empire. I hope you all are having a fantastic day today, and I hope you all will enjoy today's reaction video. With that being said, let's get right into it, shall we? Alright, once again, this is a Sydney Watson video. This is called The Left is Collapsing.
A man trampled the memorial for Charlie Kirk at the Turning Point headquarters in Phoenix.
The pronouns was, were.
That it is not wrong or unethical or unkind to laugh at the misfortunes of terrible people.
He's dead, y'all. Thank God.
Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, you piece of shit.
Yo, homie dead. Homie dead. He got shot in the head.
You support a shooter?
Honor the slain CEO of Turning Point USA. But late Saturday night, vandals lit the display on fire.
Analysis show.
You know, I don't care if you hate the person or anything like that, if you disagree with them, but to celebrate an innocent man who has not really done anything wrong, then speak his mind and, you know, have civil debates with people. To celebrate that kind of man being shot and killed, assassinated, you are a piece of shit.
When Democrats are losing millions of registered voters across our country while Republicans have a net gain.
I am done with the Democratic Party. You guys are psychotic.
What's wrong with you? I mean, what is wrong with you? That you can celebrate someone's death.
It's almost like being radical nutjob people is not a winning position. Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. Just a quick reminder that if you like tea and you like discounts, I am running a 50% off on 3 flavors of mine that will be expiring at the end of November. So use code WeDon'tWaste for 50% off those flavors. And also my winter flavors that you guys loved last year are back in stock. They are on the website. And that's all. So I have made several videos over the last number of months explaining how various extremely progressive movements have fallen in a heap or are on the decline. The trans movement, the LGBT movement with the Q plus squiggly do if you're in Canada, because apparently they include, what, Two-Spirit? Is that it? Two-Spirit?
US LGBTQI+.
Gender ideology, people looking like absolute freaks all of the time. But what I think has become clear, particularly over the last number of weeks, but this has probably been happening for months, is that the left's stranglehold, this grip that it has had on institutions, on organizations, on movements, on politicians, and so on and so forth, is coming to a very unceremonious end. And they have more or less brought it on themselves. Are you surprised? Probably not really. This is going to be shocking to a lot of progressives, but it turns out your average person just wants to be left alone. We're also incredibly put off by people celebrating murder, so there's that too. Since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, the response from many people who identify as being on the left has been nothing short of disgusting. Painting over memorials, kicking over memorials, fighting mourners, protesting his official memorial in Arizona, celebrating loudly and proudly online, even calling for more violence and saying that this is only the beginning. I hate it here.
One of the ways I am surviving this political moment is making lists of who I'm gonna celebrate when they...
It is exactly that people like this, that is one of the reasons why society has gone down the complete shitter. Because we have no sanctity of life anymore. Life is supposed to be sacred. And yet we have lost any and all just nobody cares. Nobody cares anymore. Hi, Keith. Nice to see you again. What happened to caring about, you know, life and protecting it? Now we have people here who are making lists of people that they will celebrate when they die. We have people calling for more people to be assassinated. We have shitheads celebrating the death of an innocent man.
Historically, people have celebrated when their oppressor.
Do you support his death?
I do.
You support his death?
Fuck Charlie Kirk.
You support Charlie Kirk being killed?
Yes, I do.
On the day he died, you're here at a vigil for Charlie Kirk and you support his death?
Do you support a Nazi?
No, I don't.
I love how that is their immediate response. Do you support a Nazi? The dude... People have said this Nazi word so many times that nobody seems to remember what an actual fucking Nazi is. Look, if somebody was like the incarnation of Hitler, and the person did everything like Hitler did, and tried to commit a genocide, then I wouldn't really have a problem with people celebrating the death of that person because they tried to do exactly what Hitler did. But nobody seems to understand what a fucking Nazi is anymore. They just call anybody that they disagree with or they hate a Nazi. It's just... There are things I don't agree with, but at least remain civil. We are a dying breed. Yeah. I mean, there are plenty of people I disagree with. I mean, there are plenty of people where I both agree on some things they say and disagree on other things they say. I can still remain civil and have a civil debate with the person. I'm not going to get angry. And I mean, well, I'll probably will get angry, but I'll still stay civil. But I'm not going to, call for his death. I'm not going to celebrate if he does die. I'm just going to not agree with them and try and have a civil debate. And if we cannot reach a civil discourse, then I'm just not going to talk to the person because we can't be civil with each other. I'm not going to do what these crazy fucktards are going to be doing. Yes, exactly. Charlie Kirk had civil debates with everyone. He never got pissed at anybody and screamed at them. He had civil debates. He debated with them. Some things he was not right on, which is fine. We're all human. We're not perfect. But he brought what he believed, and he brought statistics, and he brought logic, he brought proof, he brought all these things to the civil discussions. And he took the South Park roast like... yeah, he thought that was actually pretty funny. But yeah, it's just, I don't get why these people have... I don't get these people.
Support a Nazi. Charlie Kirk wasn't a Nazi. You support his shooter?
Yep, sure do.
So Michael and his family created a memorial along...
I'll resolve over your hate. United we stand. Rip Charlie Kirk. Charlie, we stand with
their
you.
fence to honor the slain CEO of Turning Point USA. But late Saturday night, vandals lit the display on fire.
When they burnt that fence, that fire could have went into that house and it could have really harmed somebody.
The vandals also broke the back window of the family's SUV.
People have mocked Charlie's widow.
He made the Cartman version of him his Twitter. I like that. Oh. God, my stomach. I don't get why people believe that I don't understand why a lot of people's first response to something they don't like or disagree with is violence. Why does your first response have to be violence or to scream the other person down? All that really does is show how smooth-brained, retarded, low-intelligent IQ you are. You basically have reverted to a primate. And it just shows that you cannot be a critically thinking, high intellectual person. It just shows how fucking stupid you are.
Erica Kirk.
He was my husband. And I loved him.
Yeah, if it's an absolute last resort, like if it's to protect yourself, if it's protect your loved ones, if it's to protect an innocent because there is no other way to protect them other than to use violence, then yes, I can understand using violence because it's a last resort and it's something you have to resort to in order to protect. But to just use it as an instinct to it's these people.
And he loved me almost as much as he loved America. And I want to thank all of the brave, heroic first responders who responded heroically.
I'm not gonna lie, I think I have a pretty good sense of humor. I can see the jokes in most things, but you kind of have to be a giant piece of shit to do something like this.
Yeah. See, I have a big sense of humor. Almost anything and everything can make me laugh. But for something to be funny, it has to be actually fucking funny. There are animals with more self... Yeah, exactly. Hell, even hippos, who are psychotically aggressive, have more fucking self-control than some of these people. Even alligators have more self-control than these fucking people. Apex predators have more self-control than these fucking people. But yeah, it's like I have like I said, I have a great sense of humor. But for something to be actually funny, it has to be actually funny. You have to know how to deliver something in an actual funny way. The shit that these people are doing, I fail to see the humor in what they're doing. And if these people are saying, "Oh, well, you just don't get it," no, I don't, because it's not fucking funny. What you're doing is demeaning the person's death. An innocent person's death who did nothing to harm society other than have civil debates. Wolves don't attack unless they have no other option. Yeah, unless you... Most animals, most anything does not attack unless provoked or they're starving.
Oh, why does everybody want to leave the left? I don't know, maybe because you guys act demonic on the internet for snaps and clicks. They have called for his children.
Doesn't matter your political views. This isn't okay, and the ones celebrating his incident are the issue with this country. Only complains, but doesn't want change that benefits everyone. He's still, and it probably goes on.
To be murdered too, or said that they don't feel bad that his kids will grow up without a dad.
Hey, so Charlie Kirk just got shot. Maybe there are good guys with guns out there.
Update, Charlie Kirk is officially looking up at us, and I'm about to head to the grocery store because I'm making ribs tonight. Oh, but he was a man with a wife and kids. Yeah, and now they're safe from him.
You know, the thing that absolutely sends me to Jupiter...
God, these people... These are some of the people with like the lowest IQ possible. It's like, did your parents not hug you enough? Did you not get enough love? Do you not have any friends? Did you not ever get any maidens? These people are just like perpetually angry at the world for some stupid fucking mentally ill reason. We need asylums back and more secure than Arkham. I think these people need more than just Arkham Asylum.
About these kind of people is that this guy...
Just throw them on an uninhabited island that's like 50 miles from land in any direction. And tell them, all right, this is where you're going to live for the rest of your life. Good luck. Goodbye.
Delivering this last line, you know he's doing it like this because he wants all the people on the internet to show up and clap for him, to say that they agree, and he did such a good job articulating himself in his car. I don't know how to explain this, and it could just be a Sydney thing, and I'm okay if it is, but I really find men, in particular, celebrating the death of fathers to be deeply unmasculine behavior. Non-masculine behavior. Because what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, why would you be happy about this? It is uniquely psychotic to want kids to be fatherless. Like, that's so bizarre.
It is, because one of the things that kids growing up, both men, well, especially boys, but both boys and girls, the one thing they need is a father figure. I mean, they need both a mother and a father figure, but they need a father figure. And to celebrate a kid growing up without a father that actually cared for their kids, mind you, is pretty horrible. I mean, I don't know if the kids are old enough to understand about what the hell just happened to their father, but that is, they were there and watched that happen to their father, and they're going to be living with that for the rest of their life, and that is just horrible.
Nothing should be able to shock me these days, given all the things I've seen, but I'm still shocked. These people are icky. But you know what's also a little icky? Having a bad smoke-related habit in 2025, which is why today's video is sponsored by Fume.
No wonder
Do
aliens
you
don't.
sometimes feel trapped by your bad habit?
I sometimes think that aliens probably have the technology to see what's happening here on Earth, and they see how fucked up everything is, and then just decide for themselves, yeah, we don't need to deal with this. Let's move on to another planet. No one. It's just. Even if I saw what was going on with Earth, even I would decide, be like, yeah, no. Just no.
Stuck in a prison of vapes and this need for horrible chemical sticks. Well, my dear friends, be trapped no longer, because I have the key to your escape. Fume. Firstly, Fume's delicious flavors should be able to kick that prison door wide open, because it has all sorts of options like crisp mint, mango, and sparkling grapefruit, just to name a few. But guess what? You can enjoy all of these.
Here's something I never thought I'd probably say, but I think I'd rather hang out with spiders than these demonic people. And I fucking hate spiders.
Flavors without bringing gross chemicals into your body, because Fume is a flavored air device that doesn't use any heating components or vapor. Yes, it's not a vape. Instead, it uses these flavored cores, which you just pop into your Fume and go. So unlike your vape prison guard who has you trapped, Fume is the lawyer here to negotiate your release. Your Fume also comes with movable parts and magnets for your fidgety fingers, as well as some neato little accessories like this magnetic Fume base and this Fume topper. So if you are ready to escape the prison of your bad habit, then click the link in the description, scan the QR code on screen, or go to tryfume.com/Sydney. And don't forget to use code Sydney to get your free Fume topper when you order a journey pack.
I think I'd like a monitor that big.
And really, this was only the beginning, because in the midst of all of this, a man shot up an ABC-affiliated news station in Sacramento, California, angry about the Trump administration and Jimmy Kimmel being pulled off air. Another man, angry about deportations and, in his own words, wanting to terrorize ICE agents, shot up an ICE facility in Dallas, although he only managed to...
People need to be more like orangutans. Those fuckers, those monkeys will tear you apart. It is scary just how fucking strong orangutans are. They will literally rip your face off. I don't get. I don't think I will ever understand why some of these people's first response to something that upsets them is to go shoot up a place. Like, they disagree with the ICE agents, so they go shoot up the ICE facility. These ICE agents are just doing their job. I get that a lot of these people don't like that they're taking some of these people that are away from their families or whatnot. But you have to understand, they are undocumented immigrants. They are here illegally, taking up resources that should rightfully be going to legal American citizens. I get that a lot of these people don't like the way ICE agents go about doing their job, but they are doing their job. We have ICE agents because we have too many undocumented illegal aliens coming into our country and taking up resources that should be distributed to, American citizens. Well, that's true for the orangutan. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, it's just... And then going to shoot up like an ABC station or whatever just because you're upset with Trump or they took Jimmy Kimmel off the station. It's like... What the fuck?
Exclusively hit illegals instead. Similarly to other recent domestic...
Dallas shooting suspect left anti-ICE notes but wasn't part of any specific group, officials say.
Terrorists. He also wrote far-left messages on his bullets. The Atlantic released
Left-wing terrorism is on the rise. For the first time in more than 30 years, attacks by the far left outnumber those by the far right.
findings in late September 2025 that said not only is left-wing terrorism on the rise, but for the first time in a long time, it far outweighs attacks from the right. But this obviously hasn't stopped politicians, talking heads, and celebrities turning up and saying that Charlie's death was justified or not an issue.
How? Logically, and I mean actually logically, explain to me how in any way, shape, or form Charlie Kirk's assassination was justified. Oh, what's that I hear? Crickets? Yeah, because there is no justification for assassinating an innocent man who did nothing but have civil discourse with people. There is no justification for this assassination.
I am not going to sit here and be judged for not wanting to honor any legacy this man has left behind. That should be in the dustbin of history, and we should hopefully move on and forget the hate that he spewed every single day.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk got shot, and he's R.I.P. Whatever you want R.I.P. to stand for.
RIP only ever stands for one thing. It stands for rest in peace.
Some people will say it's not peace, so...
It bugs me that this clip is... The sound of this clip is only coming out of one ear. That bugs the shit out of me.
Fill in the blanks, people. Fill in the blanks.
Yes, this is an Australian politician. No, I don't know how she got elected, and she thinks she's being cute here by alluding to the term rest in piss. There's nothing I can say to this because everything I want to say is hate speech. Anyway, I guess...
There's no such thing as hate speech. There's just speech. And if there's somebody that doesn't like what you say, well then that's on them and not you. So no such thing as hate speech. There's just speech. And there's just hate.
Watching this new level of insanity and depravity shifted something in a bunch of people. I think for most of us who already existed somewhere on the right, this has strengthened our relationship to our existing ideals and brought a lot of us closer together. It has reinvigorated some people to get in touch with their religious roots, but I think by and large, it has really brought forward a solidarity between like-minded people. But I think for a bunch of people on the left, it has shown them that there is no reconciling with the terrorist movement that progressivism has become. And it's either shown them that and pushed them over the edge completely, or they are starting to realize what their side looks like. It has shown that their side, quote unquote, has some serious issues with violence, and they simply cannot and do not align with those around them or the people in their circles any longer. And honestly, I do not blame them whatsoever.
My mom posted something on Facebook basically saying that if there's anybody who is celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk or thinks it is a good thing, that she does not want anything to do with him. And I was the same way. If there was like anybody that was within my community in my friend group, in my family, if they celebrated the assassination of an innocent man, I would have told them, don't ever speak to me again. Don't ever come around me again. And I want nothing to fucking do with you. Queensland, Australia. No, we just need to have an uninhabited island that is 50 to 100 miles away from any landmass in every direction, and take every horrific person that there is no saving whatsoever and put them on that island and just say, good luck, survive on your own. And then station like guards or whatever, like so many miles off the coast of the island, and just watch to make sure nobody's trying to escape the island. And if they try to escape the island, fire a warning shot and tell them to get back on the island, or they're going to be shot down. They don't... People who cannot be rehabilitated into civilian life and are just perpetually trying to, you know, hurt people, keep committing crimes, and do not care to rehabilitate themselves, they don't deserve sympathy anymore. Just throw them on the island and let them live out the rest of their natural life there. Let them survive on their own. Or start the Hunger Games. That's basically the Hunger Games. Just throw them on the island. That's it. They just throw them on the island. Murderers, rapists, pedophiles, these fucking psychotic leftist people. Throw them all there. They don't deserve any sympathy.
The web for feeling this way. If you hop over to TikTok, and ordinarily I would never tell you guys to go over there, I do feel like Mufasa being like, you must never go there. But in this...
With box. Oh. Or just surround the island with mines. Just a web of mines.
Case, I think it could be instrumental and useful, because if you do go and look on TikTok, you will see that there are a bunch of people who call themselves...
Well, stonefish mainly live near the like the shores, so that'd be a lot of fucking stonefish.
liberal or leftist, making videos discussing how disgusted and saddened they are by the left's reaction, in particular to Charlie Kirk's murder.
My God. I've been a Democrat all my life. All my family's been a Democrat all their life. And this BS shit with Charlie Kirk and everybody acting stupid and don't care about this man's life and his family life, I'm done with you motherfuckers.
This Charlie Kirk thing kind of put the nail in the coffin of me being a Democrat. I was slowly moving away from it anyway because I was noticing certain things, but I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican either, but I'm not a Democrat. And I just noticed, like...
I think that'd be more of a centralist then. That'd be funny. I think for me, I'm more of a centralist. I side with the person that makes the most logical sense. I mean, you when it comes to politics, you have to make logical sense. You can't bring emotion into it. You have to bring logic into it. Logic and facts and rationality. You have to be within reality and make logical sense. You can't bring emotion and fantasy into politics, because then it just goes off the fucking rails like it's going now.
Certain things, like the way that the conversation would be shut down by calling somebody a name or calling somebody a bigot. It's like, okay, and why am I a bigot just because I disagree with you? Like, I can disagree with you and still not want anything bad for you. I started to see how, like, it's one thing to believe in something, it's another thing to tell somebody they're bad if they don't, especially if the view is wacky, crazy, and all the way out there.
It really sucks that it took this tragedy for me to get to this point, but because of this tragedy, I'm starting to see the Democrats' true colors, and I was already pretty over it. Their behavior is extremely immature, it's really hateful, and I just wasn't seeing how that was productive in any way. Change doesn't happen in an echo chamber, so I don't know how they expect anything to change if they're yelling and screaming at people, yet they're a party that wants all of this change. But if they can't communicate with anybody, then...
The echo chamber that the entire Democratic Party has been living in has come to near collapse because the echo that they've been producing in their own chamber has become so horrible to the point where the chamber has almost completely collapsed. It has gotten so many holes in it that now people are starting to actually come to their senses. So the chamber is near collapse if it hasn't collapsed already because the echo got so freaking bad.
As a registered Democrat, all I have to say is the Charlie Kirk shooting just proves that we are the worst, man. My party is worse. I got people celebrating, hoping that he dies. Where's the empathy? Where's the respect, man? It's disgusting.
Many of the people discussing this recently have said that they feel utterly disgusted by the left's overall response to Charlie's death, finding it completely contrary to their own values. And this isn't only the people making the videos, countless people are in the comments expressing similar ideas and sentiments. Even big left-wing figures like Dean Withers and Ethan Klein became extremely emotional upon finding out that Charlie had passed, and actually Dean had to walk back his crying because people called him out for it, because that's normal. I mean, at some point, you really do have to look at your audience and figure out what the hell you've cultivated. If the people who are following you are checking you because you're having a human, natural, emotional response to a father and a guy being murdered in front of thousands of people because he was having conversation.
I don't know who
Being
Bill
held
Mayer
hostage
is.
by people in this way is not a good thing. This is why our relationship works so well, because I am the mama bird here and I do the vomiting into your little baby bird mouths, and you guys are like, Sydney, stop being weird. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Even Jeffree Star, of all people, and some of you in my audience won't know who this is, but he is very, very big in the makeup space. He spoke to his enormous audience recently and called out the left's absolute insanity, going after the they-thems and those celebrating Charlie's murder.
Okay, this is a grown man who fought for the truth, who went all around our country debating people of all walks of life, walks of religion, walks of sexuality. He debated everybody.
Sir? Okay, I don't get why people need these kind of nails. How the fuck do you have these nails and you are still able to wipe your own ass without scratching the ever-living shit out of your own butthole? How are you able to do anything with those kind of nails? I don't get the fascination with some women and guys like Jeffree Star who get these kind of nails. Why? They make no sense. No practical sense. He's a left-leaning comedian who is willing to call his own out on their BS. Oh, that's good. And there are some women who have nails like almost twice as long as that. I see that and like, how are you able to do anything? You can't open a can of pop. You can't really do anything with a card. And if you insert your card into some shit, you can't even get it back out because the nails are blocking your fucking way. You can't really do anything manually with your hands. You can't wipe your own ass. Like, why? I get that some of them, you know, they look pretty, but they're not practical at all. You can't do anything. And then there are some people who get these kind of length of nails on their fucking toes. Which is even worse. At that point, you can't even wear shoes.
And if you're in here saying it wasn't the truth, you are a they-them loser, okay? You are one of those people.
I will say this, and I'm sorry if people don't agree with me on this. Like 9 out of 10 people who have a they them in their pronouns or use they them for a pronoun have some sort of mental problem. Like they are not mentally well. They are mentally unstable. Like 99% of the people who use they them are like mentally unstable. Practical as Captain Hook wiping with the wrong hand. Or in the movie Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights, when he was saying, I bet this guy wipes his ass with the wrong hand. The guy just looks at his hook and goes, Yes.
Who doesn't want to live in reality. You want to live in your weird little brain up here.
Lots of these people do maintain plenty of liberal ideas, but they have zero interest in being grouped in with Democrats or the left any longer. As one woman captioned a TikTok, "Congrats Democrats, you have turned a devout atheist Democrat into a God-fearing independent." And as another said, she's stepping out of the Democrat/Republican paradigm and really wants to pursue thinking for herself, which sounds, obvious to a lot of people, but I think this is a great way of thinking about politics and a great thing to do. And it takes a lot of courage to say that on the internet right now. But this position honestly seems to be a long time coming as far as waking up and leaving the left goes, because once again, although there are an influx of people recently saying that they are done and the Charlie Kirk murder and everything surrounding it really changed their perspective, there are countless other people online too who've been making similar comments about the way that the left and Democrats behave for quite some time.
But honestly, if you want to know the truth, what really did it for me is realizing how freaking depressed I was when I was functioning as a liberal. Liberalism will literally make you hate yourself, it will make you hate your family, it will make you hate your friends, it will make you hate everything about the world. And I'm not saying that you should just be ignorant to everything that is going on.
Her eyes are really mesmerizing. She's got pretty eyes.
In the world, but the way that the left chooses to internalize everything that is going on in the world is detrimental to their mental health.
It's probably worth noting.
I know this is severely off topic, but when it comes to eye color, I think like the gray eye color is like one of the most mesmerizing eyes because they contrast very well. And it's just like they pull you in. Oh my God. It's like... I know that's really off topic, but I just wanted to say that because of that lady's eyes.
And I think it's important that a lot of these people are not saying that they're suddenly becoming conservative. That doesn't just happen overnight. But they are moving more right from the left, if that makes sense. They're becoming moderates and centrists and independents. And honestly, I think that's a good thing. I think that anything that can instruct you to think for yourself and think independently is a good thing. Although the independent moderate thing is definitely how it starts.
It's an ADHD moment.
You will join us. Also, ladies, when you realize that the men on our side of the fence are actual men who like to open car doors for you and will pay for your dinner, it's quite a nice thing to experience, let me tell you now. No more carrying your own groceries into your house because they will in fact try to get every single bag out of the car in one trip, and if they can't, they act as if they have failed you.
Yes, that's a guy thing. As a guy, even I don't understand why we do it, but we do it. We try to put most of the bags on one arm and then the rest of them on the other arm, and then we just try and carry everything we can into the back into the home. I don't understand why we do it, but we just do it because we can. It's a guy thing. I don't get it either.
Or themselves. It's really unclear which. Anyway, but I have also seen plenty say that
Simple
they've
hack.
gone ahead and registered Republican too for the first time in their lives. Now,
Hang on, what did that say? It's time. I just can't stand what the Democrat Party stands for anymore. I feel like I'm on the sidelines as an independent, so I'm making the switch to the Republican Party. Welcome, +1 in Pennsylvania. I think PA is Pennsylvania.
Gone ahead and registered Republican too for the first time in their lives. Now, what's really interesting here is that we've had other movements before that encourage people to walk away from the left and the Democratic Party, like 2018's Walk Away, for example. It encouraged Democrats to reject blind party loyalty and gain traction with viral testimonials from ex-Democrats frustrated by the party's shift towards extremism. And that was 7 years ago, before things went absolutely insane. But I do think presently something different is happening here. It feels different. And I think if we're being honest, there is a lot of horror attached to people's reactions when they talk about leaving the left. They are horrified by the things that they're seeing. And although it is awful, I am actually really glad to see how many people are realizing how soulless and unhinged the modern left has become. Look, it might have taken some of you a little while to get here, but better late than never. These are the people who will cut you off for not thinking as they do, who proudly announce
Just had an abortion in honor of Charlie Kirk? What the fuck is wrong with this woman?
this to the world.
Then I feel like if you're quiet when
Jesus Christ, lady. Wait, isn't that the fat ass model? Whatever the fuck her name is. Humans should not be getting this fucking big.
and so many injustices are happening, not just here, but Palestine, Sudan, Congo, etc., then I literally blocked my brother yesterday. I'm not speaking to my mom, my stepmom, my dad. I'm collecting them like Pokemon. I'm like, who can I block next?
Even Bill Maher, of all people, recently acknowledged that the modern left
Oh, that's Bill Maher. Okay, I know who that is.
is categorically insane.
The basic problem we have in America is conservatives think the liberals are insane, and they're not completely wrong. Now, I don't think most liberals are insane, but neither do they make it clear they disapprove of the ones who are, and their cowardice in not marginalizing their own crazies has been their downfall.
There are people who claim to love diversity, but have zero tolerance for diversity of thought.
So I decided to go no contact with direct family members, specific direct family members, before and after the election.
They are the same people who preach love, empathy, and tolerance, but have spent 2 weeks dancing on someone's grave because he had different ideas to them. And I keep seeing this quote floating around that I think is honestly pretty accurate. The left has gone so far to the left that people have become right by standing still. And once again, I can very much see why liberals feel this way about their own side. Because when they so much as question some of the official narratives on their own side of things, when they express an opinion that slightly differs to what they're allowed to think, they are called traitors and attacked and name-called and shamed.
I guess I'm a conservative Republican now, even though I've never participated in an election in any sort and never planned on doing that. All I've done is made videos where I've criticized the left, I've criticized Democrats and the things that they do, and they're all getting in my comment sections saying that I'm a conservative, I'm a Republican, or that I'm a coon. I don't understand how that correlates at all, but
That last one. Yikes.
if my viewpoints align with conservatives and that makes you think that I'm a conservative, I guess that's what I'll be. I never planned on voting for Republicans, but it seems like the Democrats want me to do that.
Progressives have been overreached.
I've never voted in any election since I turned 18 because there has yet to be a person that I believe is worth my vote. So, I don't vote.
For years now, with all sorts of issues, like the trans and gender ideology movement.
This stuff needs to stay away from kids. And the people who thought it was a fan-fucking-tastic idea to have drag queens read to children or be around or do stuff with children needs a severe fucking mental check. Either that or he needs a punch in the face. Because despite what anyone thinks, one of the most, besides actual fucking porn actors and actresses, one of the most hyper-sexualized things you can do is be a drag queen. And the thing that fucking gets me is that there are drag kids. And the parents of these kids seem to think it's okay for their kids to be doing this shit. And any of this other LGBT shit needs to stay out of schools. It needs to stay out of pre-K, elementary, middle, and high school. If it wants to be in a college, go right ahead. They're adults. They can be in college. I don't give a shit. But when it comes to anything from pre-K all the way to 12th grade, it needs to stay the fuck away. Exactly. Yeah, Marilyn Manson looks and sounds normal compared to these people. Yes. Yeah. It's sad when you have to say that. But yeah, it's just none of this around kids is okay. And for people to think that it is okay shows how seriously bad our fucking society has gotten.
Being pushed onto children, which is a very unpopular position among.
Pride is for kids. No, the fuck it is not. A lot of these people don't seem to realize just Pride used to be where people who were gay, bisexual, lesbian, and trans would parade and, you know, just be happy for who they are. Nowadays, a lot of these pride parades have become BDSM parades. And there are parents who think it's okay to bring their kids to these fucking things. No person under the age of 18 should be anywhere near these fucking parades. Because it is not for kids. In no way, shape, or form is it logically and rationally for kids. And anybody who thinks otherwise, I'm sorry, but you have lost any right to the conversation.
Basically everyone. Men in women's sports, rising crime.
Here's another thing. Trans women should not be allowed in women's sports because trans women are still biological men. And men, biologically, have a severe advantage over women in every category of sport. We are bigger, we are stronger, we are faster, we have more endurance. It's just all these things. We have a natural advantage physically over women. Mentally, I'm not sure. I don't know that side. But physically, we have a natural advantage. And for any sport board, or whatever you want to call it, that thinks it's okay to allow biological men into a biological woman's sport is a fucking idiot. Because at that point, you have just invalidated any and all hard work women have put into that sport. You have just invalidated all that hard work. And you have basically, you might as well just go up to the women and right into their face and say, I don't give a shit about you. Fuck you. We're going to let this guy play with you. And if you lose, oh fucking well. You might as well just go up and into their face and say that. And just take a giant fucking piss on them and say, fuck you. If you are a biological male, you should not be allowed into any woman's sport at all. It is severely unfair.
Illegal immigration, all issues that people actually feel very strongly towards and largely want stopped. The left's own radicalization of the
See this is why the Pride Parade is just not for kids.
LGBTQIA community pushed plenty of gay and lesbian people out of the movement and into the open arms of moderates and the right wing.
Howdy, my name is Julie. I'm an adult human female. And I just want you to know that children do not belong at Pride events. I, as a lesbian, am an elder gay, and I'm here to let you know from the community that it is the most perverted, disgusting event ever. It is not what it was decades ago.
Categorically
Yeah, decades ago, it was an actual Pride event. It was an actual Pride parade. Where the LGBT community... Well, I don't know if T decades ago was included in that. I think it was just the LGB group. But the LGBT basically just had a parade, you know, showing that they are proud to be lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans. And none of this BDSM crap was in it. It's only in the past 10, 15 years that it basically turned into this sexual pride event. And then it's turned into this, 2SLGBTQI A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, you know, all this fucking... It's basically the entire alphabet, and now they're adding numbers. I feel like this entire thing makes me lose fucking IQ points. They keep expanding it like a pi equation. It's what it feels like, doesn't it?
Insane people being the speakerheads of movements, institutions. And
I think the only reason it has gotten more, and you know what, queer basically just means gay. That's just it's just another word for gay. But I think the reason why a lot of these numbers and letters kept getting added is because there was a person out there who said, I want to feel unique, so I'm going to come up with this. And then more people decided to say, hey, yeah, why not? Let's add that. I feel like that too. And then there was somebody that came up with, this is fucking funny. So there was a guy as a joke, he came up with something called super straight. And dumbasses ate it up and made it a part of this entire stupidity. He did it as a joke, and people took it seriously. He even said it was a joke, it was satire, and people still took it fucking seriously and added it. Fucking super straight. It's so goddamn dumb.
Social issues has only further alienated people. They were recently enraged for like 2 weeks about a jeans commercial, for Christ's sake. They were mad because the woman in the jeans commercial had a German Shepherd dog. Ergo, Nazism. It's kind of weird that liberals are all so depressed because they seem like mentally they're having a great old time. They're not even tethered to reality. That has to be so fun. So with all of this in mind, I think this is partially what culminated in Trump winning in 2024. Democrats have lost their ever-loving minds and as a result have completely abandoned everyday normal people and have instead embraced radicalism. And recently, it's only been downhill for the left and its many acolytes. Recent reporting has shown Democrats as a party are losing millions of registered voters, while Republicans have had a net gain of 4.5 million voters over the last few years. This includes Nevada flipping to a GOP majority registration for the first time in 20 years. Just recently, I saw that a highly contentious governor race in New Jersey is tied, which is super important. And if you live in New Jersey, you've got to get out and vote in November. Mark the date. Early voting starts in October if that suits you better.
So this is why you see people like Gavin Newsom, Jasmine Crockett, AOC, all being very, very desperate on social media, trying to get the support back to the Democrats. But the bottom line is, it's too late. And until the Democrat Party really just restructures and gets rid of everybody in the party and gets rid of their woke agenda and woke policies that they wanted to put into place, this will not change.
Even a CNN senior analyst recently sounded the alarm, saying that Democrats needed to fix something, as Republicans have big leads on the issues of crime, the economy, and immigration, especially among independents, who he says win the day for either side.
The GOP is more trusted than the Dems on the economy. It was 12 points in 2022. Slight decline in that lead, but still 7 points. How about immigration? It was Republicans by 3 back in 2022. Look at this. The Republican lead's actually gone up by 10 points. What are you doing, Democrats? My goodness gracious. And on crime, the Republicans were up by 13, and now they're up by 22. The lead again expanding by nearly double digits. So whatever Democrats are doing, it ain't working, Kate. It ain't working. Republicans have the lead on all three issues.
And this isn't only a USA thing, although that should come as a surprise to none of you, because weird things are happening over in Europe with a whole bunch of stuff, and I think European people in European countries are starting to get quite cross. Australia and Canada, on the other hand, are... well, we won't talk about those. Around the world, far-right parties. You guys can't see, but I'm doing the little quote marks with my fingers, because most of these parties are just normal right-wing parties, are gaining in popularity, which is freaking out the left. Recent Pew Research data shows that Forza Italia, National Rally and Alternative for Germany, Reform UK, and Vox in Spain have all gained in popularity in recent years and also in recent months. Now, I personally don't put a ton of stock in polling data because, you know, I think there's obvious reasons why not, but I do think that there has been a sentiment shift all over the place. Even talking with friends of mine who have been historically left-leaning, they're saying some sort of out-of-pocket stuff that I am absolutely not used to from them, and I'm like, what is happening to you? I mean, I like it, but what is going on? Anyway, so the question here becomes, where does this leave us? Honestly, I am not super sure, because I am not an oracle, although I would like to be one. The Oracle of Texas. What I will say is that if you are somebody who clicked on this video and you are left-leaning and you're sort of beginning to feel disillusioned with your party and your side of the aisle, I think it's really brave to
Honestly, I really like how animals see others. They don't see labels, they just see the individual person. Yeah.
Or a moderate, or wherever you end up.
Yeah, and they yeah, they're yeah. Our society's fucked up. Really fucked up.
Landing on the political spectrum. I will be the first to tell you that I think it takes a lot of courage to basically leave your tribe during such a polarizing time like the one that we live in right now. And I'll go one step further than that when it comes to finding a new tribe or where you think you fit in or whatever. As far as the right goes, and I think this has been my experience and the experience of a lot of people, you don't have to line up on every single issue to be embraced by people on the other side of the aisle. Admittedly, I have always been somewhere on the right and have never left the left, but I do know that I don't fit into any box neatly. I have all sorts of ideas about all sorts of things that fit into all sorts of different camps, and I think that that's normal. I actually think that that is the place that most people find themselves in. And if that is you, that is okay. You do not have to check every single box. You are allowed to have your own thoughts, feelings, and ideas about whatever issue it might be, and if that means that you end up on the right side of things, on the right-wing side of things, that's pretty cool, in my opinion. But the bottom line here, in my opinion, is that the left has really launched itself into the abyss by being militant and unrelatable and actually psychotic on most issues these days. They are loud and they are prejudiced and they sit in their glass houses and they throw stones. And just when the rest of us thought that it couldn't get any worse, they decided to outdo themselves by not only supporting but celebrating the death of a father and a good man just because he happened to say some things that they don't like. And the irony about that is that most of the people who are criticizing Charlie Kirk have absolutely no idea about the opinions he actually held because they won't take the time to listen to what he had to say because, oh no, he's such a bad racist man. How can you make these claims if you've never actually listened to the guy? Despite the fact that liberalism and leftism does have a lot of power still in institutions and organizations, I do believe that it is a movement that, as it stands in its current form, completely deserves to perish. It is a movement that casts blame and points fingers at everybody else, while simultaneously not holding itself to the same standards. And I'm gonna be honest, it's quite a pleasure to watch its downfall. In the end, I am not saying that this is some massive, complete and total win for the right. I'm not saying that it's a massive and complete and total win for Republicans, but I do think that it is a step in the right direction. I think that people who are currently leaving the left are doing something that's very courageous. I think that they are stepping into a place where they can have conversations and be open to debate and where things can get less polarizing, and as far as I'm concerned, that's a good thing. So to the people who are finding themselves in the last little while a little bit more open-minded to the people who are leaving the left, my support is with you. Finding your own voice and your own position on issues in a time where everything is polarized and during a time where the left attacks you and calls you a traitor and name calls you for questioning them and the many things that they think and feel, that is not an easy thing to do, and I have a lot of respect for it. Now on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder to check out Fume using the link in the description. They've been a long-time supporter of this channel. They have a lot of cool things coming down the pipeline as well, going into the rest of the year. So if you are thinking about quitting your bad habit, this is a very good time to start. Now I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? I'm actually very curious to hear your thoughts on this one. Are you on my side of this issue, where you are encouraged to see people who are leaving the left, who are identifying with their own thoughts and feelings on these topics and seeing the militant left for what it is? Do you think that this doesn't really change anything and that we're kind of going to continue down this icky little road we're on anyway? Do you think this is a good thing, and in fact it is a step in the right direction towards better conversations and open conversations and relating to one another like we used to? Do you think that this is going to have an effect on the upcoming elections in the United States, the midterm elections that we will have next year? Do you think it's going to change any outcomes around the world as well? And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here and you are not subscribed already and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as well as leaving this video a like and a comment, because I do read the majority of them and I like hearing your feedback. Of course, and as always, my little chickadee schnoodleheads, I hope you all stay safe and well and make good choices in the interim, because those are very important, and I will see your wonderful little faces in the next video.
That was wonderful. Well, that is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give a like and subscribe. I post videos 3 to 5 days a week here. I also post videos over on my other channel for gaming as well, so please make sure to give that a look-see, see if you enjoy that as well. I also stream anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week as well. Links to all my social medias will be on my YouTube page. And with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.